Listen, Mossad, I captured your double agent in my government, the one who fed you every classified briefing for 18 months. That era of your spy inside my office is over. I caught him, and I will never release him. It was your last mistake. Now get ready for what I'm about to reveal. Let me tell you exactly who sent him and what he told me. My counterintelligence chief walked into my office. Mr. President, we found him. Your leak, Colonel Amadou Diabaté, intelligence officer, access to everything. He's been working for Mossad for 18 months. I felt ice flood my veins. Not shock. Recognition. Because I'd suspected someone, known there was a leak, known Mossad was getting real-time intelligence about my security. I just didn't know who. Bring him in, now. They brought Diabaté into interrogation room. I watched through one-way glass, handcuffed to table. Sweating. He knew it was over. I walked in, sat across from him, said nothing, just watched. He broke first. Mr. President, I can explain. 18 months. You sold Burkina Faso's security to Mossad for 18 months. How much did they pay you? Silence. $850,000. I traced every payment, every transfer, every dollar Netanyahu gave you to betray your country. His face went white. I knew everything. Let me tell you what I know. 2 years ago, you attended intelligence training in Tel Aviv. That's where they recruited you. Mossad officer approached you, seemed friendly. Professional networking. Then came the pitch. $5,000 monthly for consulting. You accepted. Diabaté stared at the table. 3 months later, payments increased to $25,000. But now they wanted classified information. Presidential security details. Military capabilities. Intelligence operations. You were trapped. They had recordings of your meetings, evidence of payments. You couldn't refuse. I leaned forward. So you gave them everything. My travel schedules, my protection details, my safe house locations, everything Mossad needed to plan my assassination. But here's what you didn't know. Alliance Intelligence Coordination detected unusual information flows. Data Mossad shouldn't have kept appearing in their operations. I traced leaks backward. Found common factor. You had access to everything being compromised. I've been watching you for 3 weeks, monitored your communications, tracked your movements, documented your dead drops, recorded your meetings with handlers. I have everything. I displayed the evidence, photographs of Diabaté at covert meeting locations, video of document transfers, audio of operational discussions with Mossad officers. You're finished. But you have one choice. Cooperate completely, or spend rest of your life in prison. Tell me everything, and I might show mercy. Refuse, and you get maximum sentence for treason. Diabaté looked up, broken. What do you want to know? Everything. Start with who recruited you. He started talking. Mossad officer named Avi Cohen approached me during training. Cultivation took 3 months. Then recruitment pitch, framed as consulting arrangement. Strategic partnership. Initial payments were $5,000 monthly, seemed reasonable. He said many African officers had similar arrangements, made it seem normal. After 3 months, requirements changed. They wanted classified information. Payments increased to $25,000. But they also had leverage, recordings, evidence, threatened exposure if I stopped. I asked the critical question, what intelligence did you provide? Everything you asked for, Mr. President. Presidential security protocols, travel schedules, protection procedures, palace defenses, safe house locations. They were very interested in your security, asked detailed questions. I knew what they were planning. He knew, understood Mossad was planning assassination, provided information anyway. What else did you compromise? Alliance coordination intelligence, continental defense planning, joint operations, other African leaders' security arrangements. Everything I learned in alliance meetings, I reported to Mossad. Continental betrayal, endangering multiple African nations. How many other agents are there? Diabaté hesitated, still protecting something. I already know about the network. Tell me their names. 3 others I know about. 1 in Mali, 1 in Niger, 1 in Chad. Similar recruitment patterns, same Mossad methods. I had what I needed. You're going to continue reporting to Mossad. But now you work for me. You'll feed them information I control. You'll help me identify their network. You'll become my double agent against Israeli intelligence. And if I refuse, life imprisonment, starting immediately. No reduced sentence, no consideration for cooperation until you prove value, no mercy until you demonstrate complete commitment. Maximum penalty for treason under Burkina Faso law. Article 87 of our criminal code. Treason against the state, espionage for foreign power, endangering national security. Each charge carries life imprisonment. You face 3 charges, 3 life sentences, consecutive, not concurrent. You will die in prison, that is guaranteed, that is certain. That is your future. Unless you help me completely, unless you expose everything, unless you destroy what you built. He understood with complete clarity. Face pale, hands trembling, voice shaking when he spoke. I'll do it. I'll work for you. I'll help expose Mossad's network. I'll identify every agent. I'll reveal every operation. I'll provide every detail. I'll cooperate completely. You'll do more than cooperate. You'll become my weapon against Israeli intelligence. You'll continue reporting to your Mossad handlers. You'll maintain your cover as their agent. You'll send them intelligence. But every report will be crafted by my intelligence services. Every piece of information will be strategically chosen to serve my objectives. Every communication will advance my goals. You'll work for me while Mossad thinks you work for them. Double agent, controlled asset, my weapon. Over next 3 weeks, Diabate worked under my complete control and constant surveillance, continued reporting to Mossad handlers as scheduled, maintained his cover as their agent perfectly, sent intelligence reports regularly, attended covert meetings punctually, followed all operational procedures exactly. But every report was carefully crafted by my intelligence services with specific strategic objectives. Every piece of information was strategically chosen to advance my goals of network identification. Every communication was designed to draw Mossad deeper into trap while revealing their complete infrastructure. My intelligence services monitored every communication Diabate sent, analyzed every report for Mossad response patterns, studied every handler instruction for operational procedures, documented every meeting for network identification, recorded every exchange for evidence compilation, complete surveillance, total monitoring, absolute control. Diabate was my asset now, my tool, my weapon against Mossad. I fed Mossad false intelligence through Diabate's controlled reports, made them believe their operations were secure and undetected, led them to think their network was functioning normally and effectively, drew them deeper into trap while they thought they were gathering intelligence, false intelligence about alliance coordination that made them focus on wrong targets, fabricated reports about presidential security that made them waste resources on non-existent vulnerabilities, manufactured information about military capabilities that made them miscalculate African strength, strategic deception, operational manipulation, complete control, made them believe their operations were secure through consistent reporting and normal patterns. Diabate's reports maintained previous quality and detail. His communications followed established procedures. His meetings occurred on regular schedule. His intelligence seemed valuable and accurate. Mossad had no reason to suspect compromise, no indication of detection, no evidence of control. They believed operations were secure. They believed network was safe. They believed Diabate was still their loyal agent. They were wrong, completely, totally, absolutely. Led them to think their network was undetected through false confirmations and manufactured reassurances. Diabate reported, no indication of counterintelligence interest, no surveillance detected, no unusual security measures observed. Operations continue normally. Network remains secure. Mossad believed him, trusted his assessment, relied on his judgment, because he'd been reliable for 18 months, because he'd provided accurate intelligence previously, because they had no reason to doubt. They thought network was undetected. They thought operations were safe. They thought they were winning. They were being destroyed. Drew them deeper into trap while they thought they were expanding operations and increasing capability. Mossad instructed Diabate to recruit additional assets, identify potential sources in defense ministry, assess recruitment possibilities in foreign ministry, evaluate targets in presidential security. Diabate reported back. 3 potential recruits identified. Initial approaches successful. Recruitment progressing. Mossad was pleased. Thought network was expanding. Thought capabilities were increasing. Actually, those recruits were my counterintelligence officers, playing roles, setting trap, drawing Mossad deeper into destruction. Through Diabate's communications, I identified additional agents across region, Mossad officers in Mali operating under diplomatic cover, operatives in Niger working through NGO fronts, assets in Chad embedded in government positions, complete network across Sahel region conducting systematic espionage, regional intelligence infrastructure, coordinated operations, unified command from Tel Aviv, all identified through Diabate's controlled communications, all documented through surveillance, all targeted for arrest, all marked for destruction. Mossad officers in Mali were 3 in number. First officer, Yosef Mizrahi, operating as Israeli embassy political officer, actually Mossad case officer managing recruited assets. Second officer, Rivka Stern, operating as cultural attaché, actually Mossad communications specialist handling secure communications. Third officer, David Goldberg, operating as economic counselor, actually Mossad operations coordinator directing intelligence activities. 3 officers, complete Mossad station, systematic espionage, all identified through Diabate's communications, all marked for arrest. Operatives in Niger were 2 in number. First operative, Sarah Levy, operating as NGO director for Israeli Development Organization, actually Mossad operations officer recruiting local assets. Second operative, Michael Cohen, operating as business consultant, actually Mossad intelligence officer gathering economic intelligence. 2 operatives, active espionage, coordinated operations, all identified through intelligence sharing, all targeted for detention. Assets in Chad were embedded deeply. Presidential security officer providing real-time intelligence about president's movements and security. Defense Ministry official reporting military capabilities and operational plans. Foreign Ministry advisor sharing diplomatic intelligence and alliance coordination details. 3 assets, critical positions, devastating access, enormous damage potential, all identified through Diabate's information, all marked for arrest, all targeted for prosecution. Complete network across Sahel region totaling 4 Mossad officers in Burkina Faso including Diabate, 3 Mossad officers in Mali, 2 Mossad operatives in Niger, 3 recruited assets in Chad, 12 total intelligence personnel, systematic espionage infrastructure, coordinated operations, regional network, all identified, all documented, all targeted, all marked for destruction. Alliance intelligence coordinated surveillance across all 4 nations, Burkina Faso monitoring Diabate and his handlers, Mali surveilling identified Mossad officers, Niger tracking suspected operatives, Chad watching recruited assets, continental counterintelligence operation, unified surveillance, coordinated monitoring, collective awareness, monitoring entire Israeli spy infrastructure simultaneously, documenting all activities continuously, recording all communications constantly, building comprehensive evidence systematically, preparing coordinated takedown carefully, continental counterintelligence operation monitoring entire Israeli spy infrastructure meant real-time surveillance of all 12 identified intelligence personnel, physical surveillance tracking movements, electronic surveillance monitoring communications, financial surveillance following money flows, comprehensive surveillance capturing everything, all coordinated through alliance intelligence sharing, all documented through systematic recording, all analyzed through professional assessment, all preparing for simultaneous arrest, all building toward network destruction. 6 weeks after Diabate's arrest, I executed coordinated takedown across 4 nations, simultaneous operations, unified timing, continental coordination. At exactly 0400 hours on predetermined date, security forces in 4 African nations moved simultaneously, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Chad, all moving at same moment, all arresting targets simultaneously, all executing coordinated plan, perfect timing, perfect coordination, perfect execution. Burkina Faso arrested Diabate's 3 Mossad handlers at 0400 hours, 3 Israeli intelligence officers operating under diplomatic cover at Israeli embassy. First handler, Avi Cohen, Mossad case officer who recruited Diabate, caught at controlled meeting location. Second handler, Rachel Goldstein, Mossad communications officer who managed secure communications, arrested at embassy during emergency burn procedure. Third handler, Benjamin Levy, Mossad station chief who directed operations, detained at residence with complete operational files, caught meeting with Diabate at controlled location we had prepared, filmed receiving false intelligence we had crafted, recorded discussing operations we were monitoring, complete evidence, perfect documentation, absolute proof. Meeting location was restaurant in Ouagadougou. Diabate arrived first at 0345 hours. Mossad handlers arrived at 0355 hours. Meeting began at 0400 hours exactly. Diabate passed documents containing false intelligence. Handlers reviewed documents, discussed operational matters, confirmed next meeting, all filmed, all recorded, all documented. At 0415 hours, my security forces moved, surrounded restaurant, blocked all exits, arrested all 3 handlers, seized all documents, confiscated all devices. Perfect operation. Complete success. Total capture. Mali arrested their double agent at 0400 hours. Senior military officer, colonel rank, intelligence directorate, 18 months of betrayal providing classified military intelligence to Mossad. Similar payment structure as Diabate, $850,000 over 18 months, $47,000 monthly average. Similar recruitment method, approach during training, cultivated gradually, recruited eventually. Similar operational procedures, regular reports, covert meetings, dead drops, identical pattern, same Mossad methodology, arrested at his residence. Documents seized, devices confiscated, evidence secured, complete capture. Niger captured their traitor at 0400 hours. Intelligence service official, senior analyst. 2 years of espionage providing classified intelligence about presidential security and alliance coordination. Higher payment than Diabate. $1.2 million over 2 years. $50,000 monthly average. More valuable target, more sensitive position, more critical intelligence. Longer operation. Arrested at office. Caught destroying evidence. Shredding documents. Smashing phones. Too late. We already had copies. Already preserved evidence. Already secured proof. Complete capture despite destruction attempt. Chad detained their agent at 0400 hours. Presidential security officer. Direct access to president. Critical position for intelligence gathering. Devastating betrayal of trust. Enormous security compromise. 18 months of espionage. $900,000 in payments. $50,000 monthly. Providing real-time intelligence about presidential movements, security procedures, protection details, enabling assassination planning, facilitating regime change preparation, arrested at home, family present, children watching, wife crying, security compromised, trust destroyed, family shamed, complete capture with maximum impact. All arrested simultaneously at exactly 0400 hours, perfect coordination across 4 nations, perfect timing across multiple time zones, perfect execution across different security services, alliance intelligence coordination working flawlessly, continental counterintelligence operating perfectly, collective security functioning ideally, all handlers identified through surveillance, all operations documented through monitoring, all evidence compiled through systematic recording, complete success, total victory, absolute achievement. I held press conference at 0900 hours, major announcement, international media assembled in presidential palace, African journalists prominent in front rows, European correspondents positioned in back. Everyone sensing major revelation. Today, Burkina Faso and alliance partners dismantled Israeli intelligence network operating across Africa. 4 double agents arrested in 4 countries. Multiple Mossad handlers detained in Burkina Faso. 18 months of espionage operations exposed completely. Systematic Israeli intelligence interference in African sovereignty revealed totally. Continental counterintelligence success achieved absolutely. I displayed the evidence on large screens. Recruitment documentation showing Mossad approaches. Payment records proving Israeli funding. Communication intercepts revealing operational coordination. Surveillance footage documenting covert meetings. Complete evidence. Comprehensive proof. Undeniable documentation. Everything visible. Everything public. Everything exposed. Colonel Amadou Diabate, Burkina Faso intelligence officer with access to classified information, was recruited by Mossad 2 years ago during training in Tel Aviv. Paid $850,000 over 18 months through multiple accounts and shell companies. Provided classified intelligence about presidential security, military capabilities, alliance coordination, compromised sensitive operations, endangered African leaders, facilitated assassination planning. I showed Diabaté's recruitment timeline, initial approach during training, cultivation over 3 months, recruitment pitch offering consulting fees, acceptance of initial payment, escalation to classified intelligence, increase in payments, entrapment through recordings, coercion through threats, complete recruitment process documented, every step proven, every phase exposed. Diabaté wasn't isolated case. Mossad recruited similar agents in Mali, Niger, Chad using identical methods, systematic network across Sahel region, coordinated operations from Tel Aviv, continental espionage campaign targeting African sovereignty, regional intelligence infrastructure serving Israeli interests. I displayed network map, 4 countries highlighted, 12 intelligence personnel marked, connections shown, command structure revealed, complete network visualization, everything exposed, everything public, everything destroyed. After arrest, Diabaté agreed to work for me under threat of life imprisonment, became my double agent through coercion and control, helped identify Mossad network through continued reporting, enabled coordinated takedown through controlled communications. His betrayal of Israel helped me dismantle their African operations. His forced cooperation destroyed what he'd helped build. His turned loyalty eliminated Israeli intelligence capability. I explained the operation. For 3 weeks, Diabaté worked under my control, reported to Mossad handlers, sent false intelligence, drew them deeper into trap. Through his communications, I identified additional agents, located Mossad officers, documented operations. Then I struck, coordinated takedown across 4 nations, simultaneous arrests, complete network destruction, perfect execution. Israeli government response was immediate within 1 hour, predictable, defensive, denying everything as expected. Official statement: Israel categorically denies operating spy network in Africa. Arrested individuals are not Israeli intelligence officers. Claims of Mossad operations are fabricated. Evidence is manufactured. We respect African sovereignty completely. These accusations are false. Standard denial, expected response, prepared lie. I responded within minutes with overwhelming evidence that destroyed their denial completely. Israel denies spy network, but I have recruitment documentation from Mossad officer Avi Cohen showing systematic approach to Diabaté. Payment records from Israeli intelligence accounts showing $850,000 transferred over 18 months. Communication intercepts between Tel Aviv and operatives showing operational coordination. Operational orders from Mossad headquarters showing command structure. I have everything. Complete documentation, comprehensive proof, undeniable evidence. Their denial is meaningless. Their lies are transparent. Their deception is obvious. I released recruitment documentation publicly. Avi Cohen's approach to Diabaté during Tel Aviv training. Initial contact at social event. Cultivation through dinners. Assessment of vulnerabilities. Recruitment pitch offering consulting fees. Contract signed. First payment transferred. Everything documented. Everything proven. Everything showing systematic Mossad recruitment operation. I released payment records publicly at the press conference with complete financial documentation. Bank transfers from Israeli intelligence accounts showing systematic funding. Shell company transactions revealing money laundering operations. Money laundering through multiple jurisdictions demonstrating sophisticated concealment. Final deposits to Diabaté's accounts proving ultimate destination. $850,000 total over 18 months of espionage. Multiple payments following regular schedule. Everything traced through international banking systems. Everything documented through financial investigation. Everything proving Israeli intelligence funding of African trader. First payment, $50,000, February 2023. Transferred from account in Tel Aviv, registered to Mediterranean Consulting Group, known Mossad Front Company. Routed through bank in Cyprus. Laundered through real estate transaction in Dubai. Finally deposited to Diabaté's account in Ouagadougou, opened specifically for Israeli payments. We traced every step, every transfer, every jurisdiction, every laundering method. Complete financial trail documented. Second payment, $50,000. March 2023. Same source account. Different routing. Through bank in Luxembourg. Laundered through investment fund in Cayman Islands. Deposited to same Diabate account. Different route, same destination, same purpose. Israeli intelligence funding. Everything traced, everything documented, everything proven. Third payment, $50,000. April 2023. Mediterranean Consulting Group again. Routed through Swiss bank. Laundered through art purchase in Geneva. Deposited to Diabate account. Sophisticated money laundering. Professional concealment. Complete documentation of every step. I displayed all 18 payments on screen, month by month, February 2023 through July 2024, 18 months, 18 payments, $850,000 total. Every transfer traced, every routing documented, every laundering method exposed, every deposit proven. Complete financial intelligence, comprehensive documentation, undeniable proof. Payment 4, May 2023. $50,000 through Liechtenstein Bank. Payment 5, June 2023, $50,000 through Monaco account. Payment 6, July 2023, $50,000 through Singapore financial institution. I continued through all 18. Every payment detailed, every route exposed, every laundering method revealed, systematic documentation, complete transparency, total exposure. I showed the shell company structure. Mediterranean Consulting Group is Mossad Front Company. Registered in Tel Aviv. Directors are former Israeli intelligence officers. Company has no actual business operations, no real clients, no legitimate revenue, just intelligence cover, just money laundering vehicle, just espionage funding mechanism. We documented everything. We traced ownership. We identified directors. We proved intelligence connection, complete exposure of Israeli intelligence financial infrastructure. I revealed the money laundering methods. Mossad used sophisticated techniques to conceal payments, routed transfers through multiple jurisdictions: Cyprus, Luxembourg, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Monaco, Singapore, Cayman Islands, Dubai, multiple countries, multiple banks, multiple transactions, designed to prevent tracing, designed to conceal origin, designed to hide Israeli intelligence funding. But we traced everything. We followed every transfer. We documented every jurisdiction. We exposed every method. Complete financial intelligence. Comprehensive documentation. Total exposure. I explained the laundering process. Payment leaves Israeli intelligence account, goes to shell company in Cyprus. Shell company transfers to investment fund in Cayman Islands. Investment fund sends to real estate company in Dubai. Real estate company deposits to Diabate's account. 5 steps, 4 jurisdictions, 3 shell companies. Designed to prevent tracing. We traced it. Designed to conceal source. We identified source. Designed to hide intelligence connection. We proved intelligence connection. Complete financial investigation. Professional intelligence work. Total success. I displayed bank statements. These are Diabate's bank statements. Account opened March 2023, 1 month after recruitment. First deposit April 2023, $50,000. From Dubai Real Estate Company, second deposit May 2023, $50,000. From Singapore Investment Fund, pattern continues, monthly deposits, $50,000 each. 18 months, 18 deposits, $850,000 total. Everything documented in bank records. Everything proven through financial statements. Everything showing systematic payments from Israeli intelligence through money laundering to African trader. I revealed Diabate's spending patterns. What did Diabate do with Israeli intelligence money? Purchased luxury car, $85,000. Mercedes-Benz, bought expensive house, $340,000. Ouagadougou suburbs, invested in businesses, $200,000. Various enterprises, supported lifestyle beyond his government salary, $225,000. Luxury goods, expensive travel, high-end entertainment. Everything funded by Israeli intelligence, everything paid by Mossad, everything proving espionage compensation. I showed the evidence. Car purchase receipt, $85,000. Payment from Diabate's account receiving Israeli intelligence money. House purchase documents, $340,000. Payment from same account. Business investment records, $200,000. Same account. Lifestyle expenses, $225,000. Same account. Everything traceable to Israeli intelligence payments, everything proving espionage funding, everything demonstrating Mossad compensation. I released communication intercepts publicly with complete operational detail, encrypted messages between Diabate and handlers showing systematic espionage, operational discussions about intelligence requirements revealing Mossad priorities, planning conversations about meeting schedules demonstrating operational security, coordination communications about payment transfers proving financial management, everything intercepted through alliance signals intelligence, everything decrypted through sophisticated cryptanalysis, everything proving ongoing espionage operations against African sovereignty. First intercepted message, March 2023. Diabate to handler Avi Cohen, met with President today, discussed alliance coordination plans. Details follow in next report. Handler response, excellent, priority intelligence, report immediately, simple exchange, clear espionage, proven betrayal, intercepted, decrypted, documented. Second intercepted message, April 2023, handler to Diabate. Tel Aviv requires intelligence on presidential security protocols. Priority 1. Report within 48 hours. Diabate response, understood, gathering information. Report follows. Direct tasking. Specific requirements. Assassination preparation. Everything intercepted. Everything proven. Everything exposed. Third intercepted message, May 2023. Diabate to handler. Presidential travel schedule for next month attached. Security detail procedures included. Safe house locations identified. Handler response. Outstanding intelligence. Tel Aviv very pleased. Additional payment authorized. Intelligence delivery. Handler approval. Payment authorization. Complete espionage cycle. Everything documented. Everything proven. Everything showing systematic operations. I displayed dozens of intercepted messages. Month after month. Intelligence reports. Handler responses. Payment authorizations. Meeting arrangements. Operational discussions. Security procedures. Everything intercepted. Everything decrypted. Everything documented. Everything proving 18 months of continuous espionage. Everything showing systematic intelligence operations. Everything demonstrating coordinated betrayal. Encrypted messages between Diabate and handlers totaling 347 communications over 18 months. Average 19 messages per month. Consistent communication. Regular reporting. Systematic espionage. All intercepted through alliance, signals intelligence capabilities. All decrypted through continental cryptanalysis expertise. All documented through professional intelligence procedures. All proving ongoing espionage operations. All showing continuous betrayal, all demonstrating systematic intelligence activities. I revealed the encryption methods. Mossad used military-grade encryption, AES 256, considered unbreakable by most intelligence services. But alliance cryptanalysis capabilities are sophisticated. South African signals intelligence provided decryption expertise. Egyptian military intelligence contributed cryptanalysis capabilities. Nigerian cyber warfare units assisted with technical analysis. Continental cooperation enabled decryption. Collective expertise achieved breakthrough. Unified efforts succeeded where individual nations would fail. Alliance strength, continental capability, collective success. I showed operational discussions proving espionage. June 2023 message. Handler to Diabate. Require intelligence on alliance military coordination. Troop movements. Equipment transfers. Training schedules. Priority intelligence for Tel Aviv. Diabate response. Alliance coordination meeting next week. Will gather intelligence. Report follows. Direct espionage tasking. Specific intelligence requirements. Systematic betrayal. Everything documented. Everything proven. Everything exposed. I displayed planning conversations demonstrating operational security. July 2023 message. Diabate to handler, suggest changing meeting location. Presidential security, increase surveillance in usual area, recommend alternative site. Handler response, agreed. New location, Restaurant Le Palmier, Thursday 2000 hours. Standard recognition signals. Operational security discussion. Meeting coordination. Covert procedures. Everything intercepted. Everything showing professional espionage operations. Everything proving systematic intelligence activities. I showed coordination communications about payment transfers. August 2023 message. Handler to Diabate. Payment authorized. $50,000. Standard routing. Expect deposit within 72 hours. Diabate response. Acknowledged. Awaiting transfer. Payment coordination. Financial management. Compensation discussion. Everything intercepted. Everything proving payment for espionage. Everything demonstrating systematic funding. I released operational orders publicly with complete command structure exposure. Instructions from Tel Aviv to Sahel region, operatives showing centralized command. Directives about intelligence priorities, revealing Mossad strategic objectives. Commands about operational security demonstrating professional procedures. Guidance about recruitment targets indicating expansion plans. Everything showing Mossad headquarters directing regional espionage campaign from Israel. Everything proving systematic Israeli intelligence operations across Africa. Everything demonstrating coordinated continental espionage controlled from Tel Aviv. First operational order. January 2023. From Mossad Africa Division Headquarters to Sahel Region Operatives. Priority. Establish intelligence coverage of alliance coordination activities. Recruit assets with access to continental security planning. Report all alliance military integration developments. This is strategic priority for Israeli intelligence. Direct order from headquarters. Clear priorities. Specific tasking. Everything showing centralized command. Everything proving systematic operations. Everything demonstrating coordinated espionage. Second operational order, March 2023, from Tel Aviv to regional operatives. Directive, increase intelligence gathering on presidential security protocols across alliance member nations. Focus on travel schedules, protection procedures, vulnerability assessments, intelligence required for contingency planning, assassination preparation order, direct from headquarters. Explicit instructions, everything showing regime change planning, everything proving hostile intentions, everything demonstrating systematic threat. Third, operational order, May 2023, from Mossad headquarters to Sahel operatives. Command, accelerate recruitment of military officers in alliance member nations. Target officers with access to continental defense planning, priority recruitment for intelligence access, expansion order, network building directive, systematic recruitment command, everything showing coordinated espionage campaign, everything proving regional intelligence operations, everything demonstrating continental network building. I displayed command structure. Mossad Africa Division in Tel Aviv. Division Chief, Colonel Uri Shamir. Operations Officer, Major Rachel Cohen. Intelligence Analyst, Captain David Levy. Commanding all African operations, directing all regional activities, controlling all continental espionage, Sahel Region Desk Officer, Captain Avi Cohen, same officer who recruited Diabate. Regional Coordinator, Lieutenant Sarah Goldberg, managing all Sahel operations, directing all regional activities, coordinating all area espionage, complete command structure. Total organizational hierarchy, absolute control system, all exposed, all documented, all proven. I showed the intelligence priorities, Mossad Africa Division priorities for 2023 to 2024. 1. Monitor alliance coordination and military integration. 2. Gather intelligence on continental defense capabilities. 3. Recruit assets in presidential security services. 4. Assess regime change feasibility in alliance member nations. 5. Prepare contingency plans for intervention operations. Strategic priorities. Operational objectives. Intelligence requirements. All showing systematic espionage, all proving coordinated operations, all demonstrating continental campaign. I revealed recruitment targets, Mossad guidance to operatives, target military officers with defense planning access, target intelligence officials with operational knowledge, target presidential security with protection details, Target Foreign Ministry with alliance coordination information. Target Defense Ministry with military capabilities intelligence. Systematic targeting. Professional recruitment. Coordinated approach. All documented, all exposed, all proven. Israeli denial collapsed within hours of evidence release. Israeli denial collapsed within hours of evidence release. Too much evidence released publicly for denial to survive. Too many documents shown openly for lies to persist. Too clear connections proven undeniably for deception to continue. Too obvious coordination demonstrated completely for denial to maintain. Denial became impossible within hours. Lies became transparent within minutes. Deception became obvious immediately. Israeli government forced to revise statement under weight of evidence. Revised statement issued at 1,400 hours representing partial admission. Israel acknowledges that individuals with intelligence backgrounds may have had unauthorized contact with African officials during various activities. However, these contacts were not approved Israeli government operations conducted with official authorization. These activities were not sanctioned by proper authorities following correct procedures. We are investigating how these unauthorized contacts occurred without proper oversight. We are reviewing our procedures to prevent future unauthorized activities. We are examining our oversight mechanisms to ensure proper authorization. From no spy network to unauthorized contact in 5 hours of evidence pressure. From categorically denies to acknowledges individuals in half-day of proof presentation. From fabricated claims to investigating how occurred in hours of documentation exposure. From complete denial to partial admission rapidly under evidence weight. From absolute rejection to qualified acknowledgement quickly through proof pressure, collapse of denial, retreat from lies, admission of activities, forced by evidence, compelled by proof, required by documentation. Israeli government unable to maintain denial, unable to continue lies, unable to sustain deception, evidence too strong, proof too comprehensive, documentation too complete. Continental response was immediate and coordinated. Mali announced investigation within 1 hour. Mali launches investigation into Israeli intelligence activities following evidence from Burkina Faso. We are reviewing all Israeli personnel. We are examining diplomatic activities. We are investigating suspicious contacts. Continental security requires vigilance. Niger launched review within 2 hours. Niger initiates review of Israeli presence following espionage revelations. We are monitoring Israeli embassy personnel. We are tracking Israeli civilian activities. We are investigating potential intelligence operations. African sovereignty demands protection. Chad examined Israeli presence within 3 hours. Chad examines Israeli activities following continental espionage exposure. We are scrutinizing Israeli diplomatic personnel. We are investigating Israeli business presence. We are reviewing Israeli organizational activities. National security requires action. Senegal announced investigation within 4 hours. Senegal investigates Israeli personnel following alliance intelligence sharing. We are examining Israeli embassy activities. We are reviewing Israeli civilian presence. We are monitoring Israeli organizational operations. Continental coordination enables protection. Kenya launched review within 5 hours. Kenya reviews Israeli activities following espionage evidence. We are investigating Israeli diplomatic personnel. We are examining Israeli business operations. We are scrutinizing Israeli NGO presence. African security demands vigilance. Ethiopia initiated investigation within 6 hours. Ethiopia examines Israeli presence following continental intelligence sharing. We are monitoring Israeli embassy activities. We are investigating Israeli civilian operations. We are reviewing Israeli organizational presence. Regional security requires action. Ghana announced review within 7 hours. Ghana investigates Israeli activities following alliance coordination. We are examining Israeli personnel. We are reviewing Israeli operations. We are monitoring Israeli presence. National sovereignty demands protection. South Africa launched investigation within 8 hours. South Africa reviews Israeli intelligence activities following continental espionage revelations. We are investigating Israeli embassy personnel. We are examining Israeli business presence. We are scrutinizing Israeli organizational operations. Continental security requires comprehensive response. Within 2 weeks, 8 African nations were actively investigating Israeli espionage operations. Within 1 month, 15 nations had launched formal investigations. Within 2 months, 23 nations were examining Israeli presence. Continental counterintelligence operation, coordinated investigation, unified response, systematic detection of Israeli intelligence networks, collective security protecting African sovereignty. Within 3 months, Mossad's African operations were devastated beyond recovery. Over 20 agents arrested across multiple countries, dozens of handlers expelled from African nations, hundreds of operations compromised through exposure, thousands of documents seized providing evidence, complete intelligence capability destroyed permanently, decades of network building eliminated in months, years of recruitment efforts wasted completely, millions in payments lost entirely, continental espionage infrastructure demolished totally. Specific arrests across continent demonstrated alliance coordination at unprecedented level. Burkina Faso arrested Diabaté and 3 handlers at 0400 hours. Mali arrested 1 double agent and 2 handlers at 0400 hours. Niger captured 1 traitor and 1 handler at 0400 hours. Chad detained 1 agent at 0400 hours. Senegal arrested 2 operatives at 0400 hours. Kenya captured 1 officer at 0400 hours. Ethiopia detained 1 operative at 0400 hours. Ghana arrested 1 agent at 0400 hours. South Africa captured 3 officers at 0400 hours. Tanzania detained 1 operative at 0400 hours. Uganda arrested 1 agent at 0400 hours. Zimbabwe captured 1 officer at 0400 hours. Total, 23 arrests, 12 countries, continental operation, coordinated success, perfect timing, absolute precision, complete coordination. Burkina Faso operation details. Diabaté arrested at his residence. 3 handlers arrested at separate locations. First handler Avi Cohen arrested at Israeli embassy during emergency document destruction. Second handler Rachel Goldstein arrested at safe house with complete operational files. Third handler Benjamin Levy arrested at airport attempting to flee with $340,000 cash. All arrested within 30-minute window. All taken into custody without resistance. All isolated completely. All interrogated separately. All providing corroborating evidence. Perfect execution. Mali operation details. Double Agent Colonel Ibrahim Traoré, arrested at Military Intelligence Headquarters. Senior officer, 23 years service, 18 months working for Mossad. $850,000 in payments. Similar pattern to Diabaté. 2 handlers arrested at Israeli embassy. First handler operating as cultural attaché. Second handler operating as economic counselor. Both Mossad officers, both directing espionage, both caught simultaneously, Malian security forces executing perfectly, alliance coordination working flawlessly. Niger operation details. Trader Major Hassan Boubacar arrested at intelligence service facility. Intelligence analyst. Direct access to classified information. 2 years working for Mossad. $1.2 million in payments. Higher compensation reflecting more valuable intelligence. 1 handler arrested at Israeli embassy. Mossad station chief for Niger, directing multiple operations, controlling several assets, caught with complete operational archive, Nigerian counterintelligence succeeding completely. Chad operation details. Agent Captain Idris Deby arrested at Presidential Palace. Presidential security officer, critical position, devastating betrayal, 18 months espionage, $900,000 payments. Real-time intelligence about president's movements, enabling assassination planning. Arrested during security briefing, colleagues shocked, trust destroyed. Security compromised, Chadian special forces executing arrest, alliance coordination enabling success. Senegal operation details. 2 operatives arrested simultaneously. First operative, diplomatic officer at foreign ministry, access to alliance coordination information. Recruited 6 months ago. $300,000 received. Second operative, military liaison officer, access to defense planning. Recruited 8 months ago. $400,000 received. Both arrested at their offices. Both caught with classified documents. Both providing immediate confessions. Senegalese security services performing professionally. Kenya operation details. 1 officer arrested. Mossad operative working as security consultant for international organization, cover position providing access to government facilities, recruited 12 months ago. $600,000 payments, gathered intelligence on East African security, reported on alliance coordination, arrested at residence, complete operational files seized, Kenyan intelligence executing perfectly. Ethiopia operation details, one operative detained, Israeli intelligence officer working as agricultural development specialist, cover providing access to rural areas and military installations. Recruited 10 months ago, $500,000 received. Gathered intelligence on Continental Command Headquarters construction, reported on military integration progress, arrested at office. All documents confiscated, Ethiopian security forces succeeding completely. Ghana operation details, one agent arrested, Mossad asset working in Defense Ministry, administrative position with classified access, recruited 9 months ago, $450,000 payments. Provided intelligence on West African Defense Coordination, reported alliance military planning, arrested at ministry, caught destroying evidence, too late, copies already secured. Ghanaian counterintelligence performing excellently. South Africa operation details, 3 officers captured, largest Mossad station in Africa, first officer station chief directing all Southern African operations, 20 years Mossad service. Second officer, operations officer managing recruited assets, 15 years service. Third officer, technical officer handling surveillance equipment, 12 years service. All arrested at embassy during coordinated raid, all caught with operational materials, all providing detailed confessions, South African intelligence achieving major success. Tanzania operation details, 1 operative detained, Mossad officer working as trade representative, cover providing business community access, recruited 7 months ago. $350,000 received. Gathered economic intelligence, reported on regional trade coordination, arrested at office, documents seized, Tanzanian security executing professionally. Uganda operation details, 1 agent arrested. Israeli intelligence asset in presidential office, administrative assistant position. Access to schedules and communications, recruited 5 months ago. $250,000 payments. Provided intelligence on presidential activities, reported on alliance coordination, arrested at palace, caught with classified documents. Ugandan security succeeding completely. Zimbabwe operation details, 1 officer captured. Mossad operative working as mining consultant, cover providing access to resource sectors and government officials, recruited 6 months ago. $300,000 received. Gathered intelligence on Southern African coordination, reported on regional security planning, arrested at residence, operational files confiscated. Zimbabwean intelligence performing excellently. Total, 23 arrests across 12 countries, Continental operation demonstrating alliance capability, coordinated success proving collective security, perfect timing showing unified command. Absolute precision demonstrating professional competence, complete coordination validating continental cooperation, alliance intelligence working, continental security functioning, collective capability succeeding. Dozens of handlers expelled from African embassies. Israeli embassy personnel in 12 countries declared persona non grata by host governments. Diplomatic immunity revoked by African authorities. Expelled within 48 hours by security forces. Forced to leave Africa immediately. Returned to Israel in disgrace. Face career consequences in Mossad. Some demoted to lower positions. Some reassigned to desk jobs. Some terminated from service. All damaged professionally through exposure. All harmed personally through failure. All suffering consequences of network destruction. Burkina Faso expelled 3 handlers after arrests. Mali expelled 2 handlers after detentions. Niger expelled 1 handler after capture. Senegal expelled 4 embassy personnel. Kenya expelled 3 diplomatic staff. Ethiopia expelled 2 embassy officials. Ghana expelled 2 diplomatic personnel. South Africa expelled 5 embassy staff. Tanzania expelled 2 officials. Uganda expelled 3 personnel. Zimbabwe expelled 2 staff. Total, 29 Israeli diplomats expelled. 12 countries. Continental response. Coordinated action. Diplomatic immunity revoked through legal procedures. Host governments issued formal notifications. Diplomatic personnel engaged in activities incompatible with diplomatic status. Specifically, espionage operations, intelligence gathering, asset recruitment, sovereignty violation. Diplomatic immunity revoked under Vienna Convention Article 9. Personnel declared persona non grata, must depart within 48 hours. Legal basis, proper procedure, justified action, Diplomatic immunity doesn't protect espionage. International law doesn't shield intelligence operations. Vienna Convention doesn't cover spy activities. Expelled within 48 hours by security escort. African security forces providing escort to airports, ensuring departure, preventing document destruction, monitoring communications, searching luggage, confiscating materials, expelled diplomats leaving with minimal possessions, leaving behind operational files, leaving behind recruited assets, leaving behind established networks, leaving behind years of work, everything abandoned, everything lost, everything destroyed. Forced to leave Africa in humiliation, expelled diplomats boarding flights, cameras recording departures, media covering expulsions, public witnessing failures, diplomatic humiliation, professional embarrassment, personal shame, returning to Israel, facing headquarters, explaining failures, accepting consequences, career damage, professional harm, personal suffering. Return to Israel in disgrace meant arriving at Ben Gurion Airport, met by Mossad security, taken to headquarters, debriefed extensively, questioned thoroughly, investigated comprehensively, facing career review boards, explaining network destruction, accepting responsibility for failures, career consequences following, some demoted from senior positions to junior roles, some reassigned from operational duties to administrative tasks, some terminated from Mossad service completely, all damaged, all harmed, all suffering. Face career consequences in Mossad through formal procedures, investigations into network destruction, reviews of operational security, assessments of professional competence, evaluations of future utility, all finding failures, all documenting mistakes, all recommending consequences, demotions, reassignments, terminations, career destruction, professional ruin, personal devastation, some demoted to lower positions losing rank and authority, station chiefs becoming desk officers, operations officers becoming analysts, senior personnel becoming junior staff, rank reduced, authority eliminated, status destroyed, professional humiliation, career setback, permanent damage, some reassigned to desk jobs losing operational roles, field operatives becoming headquarters staff, active officers becoming administrative personnel, operational specialists becoming support workers, field work ended, operational career terminated, active service concluded, professional disappointment, career limitation, future restricted, some terminated from service, losing employment completely, Mossad careers ended, intelligence work finished, professional lives destroyed, employment terminated, income eliminated, future uncertain, career destruction, professional ruin, personal catastrophe, all damaged professionally through exposure and failure, reputations ruined, careers harmed, futures limited, professional networks destroyed, intelligence community knowing their failures, colleagues aware of their mistakes, superiors documenting their incompetence, professional damage, career harm, permanent consequences, all harmed personally through public exposure, names published, photographs shown, identities revealed, families affected, reputations destroyed, social standing eliminated, personal damage, family shame, permanent stigma. All suffering consequences of network destruction they failed to prevent, responsible for security, failed to protect, accountable for operations, failed to secure, answerable for networks, failed to preserve, consequences following, suffering resulting, punishment continuing. Hundreds of operations compromised through systematic exposure. Every operation Diabate knew about from his 18 months of access. Every activity other arrested agents revealed through their interrogations. Every plan seized documents disclosed through our analysis. Everything exposed through evidence. Everything terminated through action. Everything destroyed through coordination. Intelligence gathering operations stopped immediately. Recruitment campaigns ended permanently. Surveillance activities terminated completely. All operations compromised. All activities exposed. All plans destroyed. Every operation Diabate knew about, presidential security surveillance, alliance coordination monitoring, military capability assessment, government decision tracking, continental defense intelligence, regional security reporting, all operations he participated in, all activities he enabled, all plans he supported, 18 months of operations, dozens of activities, Hundreds of intelligence reports. Everything compromised, everything exposed, everything terminated. Every activity other arrested agents revealed. Mali agent revealed operations targeting Malian president. Niger trader disclosed activities monitoring alliance military coordination. Chad asset exposed operations gathering presidential security intelligence. Senegal operatives revealed recruitment campaigns. Kenya officer disclosed surveillance operations. Ghana agent revealed reporting activities. South Africa officers disclosed multiple operations. Tanzania operative exposed monitoring activities. Uganda agent revealed intelligence gathering. Zimbabwe officer disclosed reporting operations. Every arrested agent revealing activities. Every interrogation exposing operations. Every confession compromising plans. Every plan seized, documents disclosed. Operational planning for regime change. Intelligence requirements for preparation. Recruitment strategies for network expansion. Surveillance plans for security monitoring. Communication procedures for coordination. Financial arrangements for payment management. Everything documented, everything seized, everything analyzed, everything exposed. Intelligence gathering operations stopped. No more reporting from compromised agents. No more intelligence from arrested assets. No more information from exposed sources. Operations terminated. Activities ended. Intelligence flow stopped. Foreign intelligence blind in Africa. International intelligence deaf to developments. Complete operational shutdown. Recruitment campaigns ended. No more asset recruitment, no more source development, no more agent cultivation. Campaigns terminated, activities stopped, operations ended. Foreign intelligence cannot rebuild. International intelligence cannot recover. Permanent capability loss. Surveillance activities terminated. No more monitoring of governments. No more tracking of leaders. No more observation of facilities. Activities ended, operations stopped, surveillance terminated. Foreign intelligence cannot watch. International intelligence cannot monitor. Complete surveillance loss. Thousands of documents seized, providing comprehensive intelligence. Operational files from arrested agents showing complete activities. Communication records from confiscated devices revealing all contacts. Planning documents from raided facilities exposing future intentions. Financial records from seized accounts proving systematic funding. Personnel files identifying all network members. Training materials showing recruitment methods. Operational procedures revealing tradecraft. Everything captured during arrests. Everything preserved for analysis. Everything analyzed for intelligence. Everything becoming evidence for prosecutions. Everything proving systematic espionage across continent. Everything documenting continental operations against African sovereignty. Operational files totaling 1,247 documents. Intelligence reports sent to headquarters. Operational plans for future activities. Target assessments for recruitment. Security evaluations for operations. Meeting records documenting coordination. Everything showing systematic espionage. Everything proving coordinated operations. Everything demonstrating continental campaign. Communication records totaling 3,891 messages. Encrypted communications between agents and handlers. Operational discussions about intelligence requirements. Coordination messages about meeting schedules. Financial communications about payment transfers. Security discussions about operational procedures. Everything intercepted. Everything decrypted. Everything documented. Everything proving continuous espionage. Planning documents totaling 847 files. Future operational plans, recruitment strategies, surveillance procedures, intelligence priorities, coordination protocols, everything showing systematic planning, everything proving organized operations, everything demonstrating professional espionage. Financial records totaling 2,156 transactions. Payment transfers to agents. Expense reimbursements for operations. Equipment purchases for surveillance. Facility rentals for safe houses. Everything proving systematic funding. Everything showing organized financial support. Everything demonstrating foreign intelligence investment. I addressed the nation in televised speech broadcast across Burkina Faso and throughout alliance member nations. 3 months ago, I arrested Colonel Diabate, foreign double agent who betrayed our country, international spy who sold our secrets, traitor to Burkina Faso who endangered our security, and betrayer of African sovereignty who compromised our independence. I didn't just arrest him and imprison him in standard procedure. I worked with him to expose entire foreign intelligence network across Africa systematically, helped him reveal what he'd helped build over 18 months, guided him to identify those he'd served, assisted him in documenting what he'd created. Through his cooperation with my guidance, I identified agents across Africa in multiple countries, operating secretly, located foreign handlers in various capitals directing operations, documented operations in different nations targeting governments, built comprehensive evidence across region proving systematic espionage. Then I struck with coordinated force across 12 countries, coordinated takedown across 4 nations simultaneously at 4 hours, continental operation involving alliance members unified, complete network destruction achieved perfectly through coordination. Foreign intelligence recruited Diabate for $850,000 over 18 months of systematic payments. That investment bought them nothing valuable in return, actually cost them everything important they'd built because his cooperation with me helped me dismantle their African operations completely across region, because his assistance destroyed their regional network totally in Sahel, because his changed allegiance eliminated their continental capability permanently across Africa. Foreign intelligence paid $850,000 to destroy their own network through turned asset, paid to eliminate their own operations through cooperative agent, paid to compromise their own infrastructure through collaborative partnership, strategic failure of massive proportions, financial waste of enormous scale, operational disaster of historic magnitude. I explained the irony with emphasis. Think about this carefully. Foreign intelligence spent $850,000 recruiting and running Diabate as their agent, 18 months of payments, regular transfers, systematic funding. They thought they were buying intelligence. They thought they were building network. They thought they were investing in African operations. Actually, they were funding their own destruction because I worked with Diabate, because I coordinated with him, because I partnered with him against them. Their $850,000 investment became my weapon. Their recruited agent became my asset. Their intelligence officer became my partner. They paid for their own network destruction. They funded their own operational elimination. They financed their own capability termination. Strategic irony, operational reversal, complete failure. I am Ibrahim Traoré, military officer who understands intelligence operations from years of experience, president of Burkina Faso who protects national security through systematic vigilance, continental leader who coordinates alliance operations across Africa. Foreign intelligence recruited double agent in my government through systematic approach over 2 years. I caught him through alliance intelligence coordination within 3 weeks of focused investigation. Foreign intelligence paid him $850,000 for 18 months of espionage providing classified intelligence. I worked with him for 3 weeks of cooperative operations, providing managed intelligence. Foreign intelligence built African network over years of patient recruitment across multiple countries. I destroyed it in 6 weeks of coordinated action across 12 nations. I don't tolerate double agents in my government under any circumstances. Don't allow intelligence penetration of my security services through any method. Don't submit to foreign espionage against my sovereignty through any means. I catch traitors through systematic counterintelligence using alliance coordination, work with agents through cooperation and partnership using legal authority, dismantle networks through coordinated operations using continental cooperation, destroy infrastructure through alliance cooperation using unified action, eliminate capability through continental action using collective security. Diabate betrayed Burkina Faso for 18 months providing classified intelligence, but his cooperation helped me protect Africa for future through voluntary assistance. His change of heart exposed foreign operations across region through open communications. His cooperation destroyed foreign network in Sahel through systematic revelation. His willing service eliminated foreign intelligence capability through network identification. His new loyalty protected African sovereignty through operational destruction. His voluntary assistance achieved continental security through coordinated arrests. I caught him through alliance intelligence coordination and continental cooperation. He serves his sentence while cooperating fully. Your last mistake, recruiting him as intelligence asset, my permanent victory, working with him as my partner, your failed operation building network across region, my successful operation destroying network across continent, your wasted investment paying traitor for intelligence, my effective use of cooperative asset for destruction, double agent captured through counterintelligence using alliance coordination, Network dismantled through coordination using continental cooperation. Continental espionage destroyed through unity using collective action. Foreign intelligence eliminated through cooperation using unified operations. International intelligence capability terminated through action using coordinated arrests. Regional security achieved through vigilance using systematic counterintelligence. Mission complete with total success across all objectives. Objective achieved with perfect execution in all operations. Network destroyed with complete elimination of all components. Sovereignty protected with absolute security through continental defense. Independence defended with permanent vigilance through alliance coordination. Africa secured with continental unity through collective strength. But mission completion meant more than operational success in arresting 23 agents, meant strategic victory in destroying entire intelligence network, meant sending message to every foreign intelligence agency operating in Africa, meant establishing precedent for how African nations respond to espionage, meant demonstrating capability that foreign powers doubted existed, meant proving commitment to sovereignty that skeptics questioned. Mission complete meant foreign intelligence agencies now know African counterintelligence is effective through demonstrated results. Now understand continental coordination works through proven success. Now recognize collective security succeeds through achieved outcomes. Now realize alliance cooperation functions through operational victories. Strategic message sent clearly. Clear warning delivered forcefully. Absolute demonstration achieved completely. Strategic victory meant more than tactical success. Tactical success is arresting agents. Strategic victory is destroying capability. Tactical success is stopping operations. Strategic victory is eliminating networks. Tactical success is catching spies. Strategic victory is deterring future espionage. We achieve strategic victory, not just tactical success, not just operational achievement. Strategic transformation, complete change, permanent impact. Sending message meant communicating to all intelligence agencies, not just foreign services, all of them. CIA watching, MI6 observing, DGSE monitoring, FSB analyzing, MSS studying, BND examining. Every intelligence agency seeing what happened to foreign intelligence, every spy service understanding implications, every foreign intelligence organization calculating their own risks. Message sent, warning delivered, lesson taught. Message to CIA, we caught foreign network, we can catch yours. We destroyed their operations, we can destroy yours. We exposed their methods, we can expose yours. Calculate carefully, operate cautiously, risk assessment required. Message to MI6. We coordinated across 12 countries, we can coordinate across more. We arrested 23 agents, we can arrest more. We dismantled complete network, we can dismantle yours. British intelligence warned clearly, forcefully, absolutely. Message to DGSE, we identified French agents before, we identified foreign agents now. We can identify yours again. We worked with Diabaté against foreign intelligence. We can work with your agents against France. We destroyed foreign network. We can destroy French network again, permanently, completely. Message to all agencies. African counterintelligence is real. Continental coordination functions. Collective security works. Alliance cooperation succeeds. Your operations face detection. Your agents face arrest. Your networks face destruction. Operate at your own risk. Extreme risk. Catastrophic risk. Career-ending risk. Establishing precedent meant creating standard for future responses, not isolated incident, repeatable procedure, standard protocol, future template. When we catch foreign agents, we work with them. When we identify networks, we dismantle them. When we detect operations, we destroy them. Precedent established, standard set, protocol created, future response is determined. Permanent procedure, absolute commitment, precedent for other African nations. This is how you handle captured spies. Work with them, partner with them, destroy networks. This is how you respond to espionage, coordinate continentally, act simultaneously, achieve completely. This is how you protect sovereignty, through counterintelligence, through cooperation, through action. Precedent set, example shown, model demonstrated. Demonstrating capability meant proving African counterintelligence effectiveness. Skeptics doubted African intelligence services could detect sophisticated espionage. Critics questioned whether African nations could coordinate effectively. Doubters wondered if African security could compete with foreign intelligence. We proved them wrong. demonstrated capability, showed effectiveness, validated competence through results, through success, through achievement, capability demonstrated through detection. We detected foreign network through alliance intelligence sharing. We identified agents through continental coordination. We located handlers through systematic surveillance. We discovered operations through professional counterintelligence. Detection capability proven, demonstrated, validated. Capability demonstrated through coordination. We coordinated arrests across 12 countries. We synchronized operations across multiple time zones. We unified actions across different security services. We integrated efforts across various governments. Coordination capability proven, demonstrated, validated. Capability demonstrated through execution. We arrested 23 agents simultaneously. We detained dozens of handlers. We seized thousands of documents. We destroyed complete network. Execution capability proven, demonstrated, validated. Proving commitment meant showing African determination for sovereignty. Not temporary effort, permanent commitment. Not isolated action, continuous vigilance. Not single operation, ongoing counterintelligence. Commitment to sovereignty, commitment to independence. Commitment to security proven through action, demonstrated through results, validated through success. Commitment proven through resources invested in counterintelligence capabilities. Allocated budget for surveillance technology. Dedicated personnel to monitoring operations. Committed resources to continental coordination. Resource commitment. Financial dedication. Permanent investment. Commitment proven through coordination. Shared intelligence across alliance. Coordinated operations across continent. Unified responses across nations. Continental cooperation. Systematic coordination. Permanent collaboration. Commitment proven through persistence. Investigated for 8 months. Monitored for 3 weeks. Coordinated for 3 weeks. Operated for 6 weeks. Persistent effort. Sustained action. Continuous commitment. Foreign intelligence agencies now know African counterintelligence is effective through demonstrated results and proven capability, know through foreign intelligence's destroyed network, know through 23 arrested agents, know through dozens of expelled handlers, know through hundreds of compromised operations, know through thousands of seized documents. Empirical knowledge, evidence-based understanding, result-proven awareness, not theoretical, not assumed, not estimated, known, proven, demonstrated. Now, understand continental coordination works through successful operations and achieved outcomes. Understand through 12-nation coordination. Understand through simultaneous arrests. Understand through unified timing. Understand through integrated operations. Understand through collective success. Functional understanding, operational awareness, practical knowledge. Not theoretical, not hoped, not planned, working, functioning, succeeding. Now recognize collective security succeeds through proven effectiveness and validated capability. Recognize through network destruction. Recognize through operational success. Recognize through capability demonstration. Recognize through achievement validation. Recognition forced, acknowledgement compelled, understanding required. Through results, through success, through achievement. Now realize alliance cooperation functions through operational reality and demonstrated competence. Realize through coordinated operations, realize through unified actions, realize through integrated efforts, realize through collective achievements. Realization forced, understanding compelled, awareness required, through function, through operation, through success. Strategic message sent clearly to all intelligence agencies. Message: African counterintelligence is effective, continental coordination works, collective security succeeds, alliance cooperation functions. Your operations will be detected. Your agents will be arrested. Your networks will be destroyed. Message clear. Warning explicit. Threat absolute. Clear warning delivered forcefully to all foreign intelligence. Warning. Operate in Africa at extreme risk. Recruit assets facing certain exposure. Build networks facing guaranteed destruction. Conduct espionage facing inevitable consequences. Warning clear. Threat real. Consequences certain. Absolute demonstration achieved completely through perfect execution. Demonstration. We detect espionage. We arrest agents. We work with assets. We destroy networks. We eliminate operations. We protect sovereignty. Demonstration complete. Proof absolute. Validation total.